Well, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? I feel like it's been ages since I've been online with you here doing a video, but my husband and I have been on vacation. We go to Puerto Vallarta the first week of December for probably the past 5 years. And every year I say, okay, why do we do this again? It's such a busy time of year. But as soon as we hit the beaches and just, kick back and relax, I'm always reminded of, yes, this is why we do it during the busy, crazy time. It's just so relaxing and just kind of a time to get away and spend time together. So as much as I love it, I'm always happy to be back home again and in my craft room. And so I am anxious to share with you today. But before I do that, I want to tell you that Stampin' Up! Announced that there's another free shipping day. We had another one not too long ago. And this year it is going to be on December 14th. And this is a one-day only free shipping. So make sure you have your list ready to go. The only little catch is you have to have an order of over $75. So if you don't have enough on your own, you may want to, join with a friend, and then maybe you can get your total up to that, because it does save you 11% off your total. So every little bit helps. Now, I will share my host code with you. So if you use that and place your order, then you'll receive a thank you card from me and some product in the mail. Well, I think most of you know I host a Grinch party for my grandkids, and I love doing this. It started out, we were just going to do one and done one year. I just got a wild hair and said, let's do a Grinch party. We'll watch the movie and just have some fun with the kids. And then at the end of the night, the kids were kind of like, what are we going to do next year for the Grinch party? And so that is how this tradition started. And so I'm so thankful for many of you who know that I do this, and you send me crafty ideas, and you send me food recipes and games and decorations and all these Grinch ideas that I really have come to love this day when we set aside for our grandkids. So I was thinking, because it's this Friday, I need to come up with some things to do. And so I came up with this project. So I hope that you like that. And I'm hoping my grandkids can do this as well. But here's my little trial run with you guys before I share it with them on Friday. All right, so let me turn my camera around and I will share with you this little Grinch project. Okay, are you ready for my Grinch project? We are going to start with our card base of basic white. This is just an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of cardstock. This is the thick one. Whenever I make cards that have a white base, I always like to use the thick cardstock because it's a little bit more like our colored cardstock. It is definitely thicker and it makes a nice base. Then we are going to take the designer series paper called Merry Bold Bright. And this paper, you guys, I have used it down to almost nothing. The only paper that I have enough to make a card out of is this design. So, when you see the card I'm making, picture it, maybe I would have probably chosen this one or the Fa La La, but I had to use this one because of what I just said. There's only a smidgen left. So this may be my last card with this. All right, and then we are going to use the Sending Cheer die, which is what I used for my online card club last month. That one was a super popular one. That one might have been my most popular online card club for the year. And this is 40% off, you guys. It is only $21 for the dies and $14.40 for the stamp set. So this is one that you're going to want to keep in your stash because the tags and cards you can do with this are endless. I mean, I will be using this, and this one won't even hit my retired sale list because I'm going to hang on to this. And you know what's crazy is I did not even order this in the very beginning. I just got this, gosh, maybe a month ago or a month and a half ago. And I have been using it nonstop. So just a little plug for that, especially with the sale going on. And if you want to chance it and wait until Thursday, you'll get free shipping on that. All right, so we have our card base. Then I just took 5.5 by 4.25 for the designer series paper. And I'm just going to fold this. I don't have my bone folder handy, so I will use my finger. It does the same, well, not quite the same thing. It's easier with the bone folder. All right, and we are just going to adhere this to the front of the card. And like I said, it's the same size as the card front. So it should fit perfectly as long as I cut it out right. Okay. The greens that I chose are Granny Apple Green and Shaded Spruce. The next thing I did, and I am going to share this PDF with you, I went online to a free website that gave Grinch faces, and I just made a row of the faces, and we are going to cut this out using the Something Fancy dies. Now, the Grinch's eyes are yellow in the middle, so I just took my Daffodil Delight Dark, and we're just going to color it, even though it looks not quite bright yellow, but at least it's offset from the rest. You can see it's kind of a yellowish green there. All right, so this is on Granny Apple Green. And so look on my Facebook page and you will find a PDF that you can download. And again, it was one of those free share ones. The next thing we're going to do is take a piece of basic white paper and we are going to cut this to 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. Now, the next thing I'm going to grab my silicone mat because I don't want to get glue on here. And I die cut a real red Santa hat and also the little fuzz or the little topping of the hat. What do you call that? His fur. And we are going to adhere these two together. So let me grab my mini dimensionals and just put a couple of those on the back. And we are going to turn this little tag into a Grinch. I just love Grinch anything. Oh, I can't wait for the party. I'll have to share the pictures of what we do this year. And, you know, a lot of people think we put all this time and effort into it, but we are just winging it as we go along. Now, some things like the food, I have to plan that in advance. But last year, Dan said, okay, you work on this, and I'm going to go out in the garage and cut a box into a sleigh. And so he did that. Oh, my gosh, it was so last minute, but it was really fun. All right, so what we'll do here is we will just attach this to the top of his hat. We're going to cover up that point there, but leave that on when you cut out the tag. And another thing is, look at how I position this. I kind of put it down towards the bottom because if you put it too high up, there's too much space down here. So just kind of look at the spacing of that. All right, and I think we'll just put this, we'll put a dimensional on. Let me grab the larger one here, and I'm just going to put one up here. And then I think we will use the smaller ones on the side of the hat here. Hopefully they won't overlap too much. We're just building this little tag to make him look a little more Grinchy. Now this shows that you can do anything with the Grinch as long as you have this face, and I think we'll tip it a little bit to the side like that. And now we just want to add a little more interest to the tag. So what I did was that I cut out one more, and this one is going to be shaded spruce, and that's the other color that is in the designer series paper, so that's why I chose that one. And we're just going to offset it like that. And again, we got to add more dimension. Hopefully this won't be a 2-stamp card. And I haven't decided how I'm going to use this for the night. Maybe I'll either make them a gift and put this on as the tag, or maybe they'll just make a couple tags. Let's see. Well, these are sticking to me here. Like that. And then we'll just offset them a little bit. Like that. All right, now we're going to put this on the white. Normally I would probably emboss this. That Merry Christmas one with all the words and stuff would be cute, but I do want to stamp on this, so this time I'm just going to leave it as is, and then we will put this, let's see, it's straight on the card like that. We'll kind of angle it a little bit like that, or let's go that way. All right, and then before I adhere it down, I want to make sure I leave room for my sentiment, and so the sentiment I'm choosing is sending cheer, so we'll pretend like Grinch has a big heart by this point, by the time this card got sent, because normally he sometimes has that grumpy face. And I think we will do that in real red. I'm kind of winging it as we go, but that's all right. And it's on my block crooked, so sometimes that makes me stamp crooked. All right, whoops. Actually, the best way to do it is just to set it down on a line and then put your block on. All right, so let's put this right at the bottom here. There. Now we do need a little something at the top to go through the hole, and we also need the little pom-pom on his hat. And here it is. I knew I cut it out somewhere. This one is best to use a small dimensional. It fits perfectly on there. This thing is coming together. So anyway, like I was saying, if you have that Grinch graphic, you can turn almost anything into Grinch. My husband takes green Jello, the individual packs, and he tips it upside down and then draws a Grinch face. He's really good at freehand drawing, and the kids love that. In fact, I always ask them at the end of the year, okay, what did you like this year, and what should we scrap and not do anymore? And they always have green Jello as one of their #1 things that they like. So isn't that crazy funny? The little things mean the most sometimes. Okay, this has dimensionals to death on here. Look at that. Okay, so we'll tilt them a little bit, and then just to cover, let's see, just to cover up that hole so it does look like an official tag, we're going to take the Simply Elegant trim and just cut a little piece of this. Hold on. And I just kind of fold it in half for whatever length you want. I'll go about like that. For my paper snips here. Whoops. And then we'll cut that in half, or trim it off, and then just loop this through the hole. Try to make it as skinny as you can. Sometimes I need a dental floss thing to get it through. Just pull it through like that. Okay, if we didn't have enough dimensionals, we can just add 4 more on the back. So this is probably a 3 stamp card. Just kidding. It doesn't weigh over an ounce. It won't weigh that much, but it will be thick. On the other hand, I might just put this card with a gift that I give in person, and then I don't have to worry about it. I don't know if I ever told you, one time I mailed, I don't know, I sent over 100 Christmas cards, and my scale either was off or something, but I was off in my postage. So some people had to pay to get my card. How embarrassing is that? And then many came back to me asking for more postage. So you may want to check before you send. Okay, I forgot one more layer I wanted to do. So actually I would have put dimensionals under this, but it's all right. I already have these on. So this was 4 inches by 2 3/4. So this is going to be 1/8 inch larger. So 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. Yep, 2 7/8 as I pull over dimensional backs as well. All right, now we're just going to center this, and this will make it just be a little bit more finished on the edge, just to have a little backing on there. All right, now I promise I'm not going to put more dimensionals on that. And I'm just going to add adhesive because we don't want this to be a 5 stamp card. All right, and then we will just center this like this. And there is our little Grinchy card. All right, well, I hope you like that. I am ready with one project for my party on Friday night. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, watch for the PDF of this so that you can just print them out, slice them, and then just cut them out with your So Fancy dies. And also, if you would like to place an order, here's my host code. I would love that if you use that. That helps me be able to send freebies to my customers. And all you have to do is spend $50 or more and the host code, and then I will send you a little treat in the mail. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock Arizona time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.